Hey guys, good morning. How are you guys doing? Um, I know, I'm sorry. That's life with me. So anyway, today is Thursday. Thursday is country music, hip hop, country rap, however you want to say it is, just country in general. So we're gonna start off the day with the Georgia Boys. I don't know if you guys remember the first video I ever did of theirs. I screwed up that name so bad because I could not figure out how to pronounce it because of the spelling. So I was like, the Jawga boys, the what? And bless them because, oh my gosh, it must have been months and months after I did that review. They actually came back into the comments of that reaction and said, much love. We love the reaction. Thank you. And artists who do that, especially independent artists who come back and show love to the reactors, I just, I just love them. And it just makes me play more and more songs of theirs and do more and more of their stuff because they don't have to do that. They're so busy and there's so many of us. They don't have to come back and talk to us. You know what I mean? I've had a few of them come back, and the ones that have come back, I highly respect. I respected before. I loved their music prior, and I still love the music that they're putting out. And I send them blessings all the time if I see them on Instagram or whatever, because I think it takes a special kind of person to do stuff like that. Anyway, moving on. Why is my screen still? Hold on, give me a sec. Oh my gosh. Look how much better that is. Okay, so I don't know why the room's so dark. It's probably because it's still dark outside. As usual, we are doing Georgia Boys Riding High featuring Bottleneck and Young Gunner. I know there was someone who requested this, however, for some reason their name has disappeared. So I apologize. Hopefully you'll remember who you are, but that's what we're doing. So let's get it. The following is a THRASH production. Oh my goodness. Why can't I hear it? Oh, there we go. Oh wow. Oh, they're mudding. Yeah. Go dirty up those nice trucks. It's funny, right? Because I'll go back, but I've told you guys time and time again how I have two boys, right? Okay, so here's the deal. I have really eclectic taste in music, so I listen to a little bit of everything. But I really didn't listen to country music when my kids were little because I didn't get into listening to country music until I was deployed to Kosovo in 99, June of 99, because that is all they had. Like, that's all you could get your hands on was country music. And trust me, you need music when you deploy. You have to have music. So that's all I listened to for almost an entire year was country music. And 90s country music was a little different too. I mean, I was listening to like Tim McGraw and George Strait and Garth Brooks. You get the picture anyway. So that's when I started listening to country music and just the popular country music at that time. So when my boys were growing up, what they heard in my car was mostly rock music, maybe a little bit of folk music, and hip hop. So especially my older son, where I told you I had him when I was 15. He and I really didn't censor my music around him. With the younger one, I did. So he didn't hear as much hip hop as his brother because when he came into the car, I would shut the hip hop off and put in one of his Disney tapes. So yes, I guess I did censor for him. But for my oldest son, no, I never did. I never did. In fact, I remember when the Slim Shady LP came out. There were certain songs on it that I wouldn't let my son listen to. I would kind of like skip over them. But really, at that time, he was already like, I think 15 or something. So, I mean, what can you do? I mean, he's going to listen to it anyways. So he's been a hip-hop kid his whole life. So, okay, the reason why I'm bringing this up is because the comparison of my two children, right? My oldest son, his dream car and what he has always had is like the racing cars. The cars that were in like Fast and Furious, you know what I mean? The cars that went fast, but basically you can't sit in the back seats because the back seats have been removed to put in like a subwoofer and friggin' all this different stereo equipment and all this crazy shit. And, you know, it's just basically just a stereo on wheels. That's all these cars are. And it goes fast. So that's my oldest son. And it had to have all these speakers and the extra basses and everything, because he would just bump his music. I mean, and it's hip hop. And then my other son, on the other hand, is this. All day. Country music all day. He's actually rolled 2 different trucks that he's done. He has a Jeep right now that's his baby that he basically rebuilt from the ground up. Of course, has a lift kit on her and has all kinds of crazy shit. You know, he does all the work himself. He's a motorhead, even though he's actually an electrician. But he's done all the work himself on her, and he hasn't rolled her or anything. But his whole family, his wife, 3 kids, they all little rednecks. I think it's hysterical. I really do. But whatever. Long story. I'll probably cut all that out. But let's just go.
We jack 'em up and then we riding high. We jack 'em up and then we riding high. We jack 'em up and then we riding high. We jack 'em up and then we riding high. We jack 'em up and then we riding high. We jack 'em up and then we riding high. We jack 'em up and then we riding high. We jack 'em up and then we riding high.
Peaceful.
Georgia boys, we riding high, we back in the jacked up trucks. Riding on 44s, mud on the doors, and the plan is to get stuck. On the phone, call up the boys, let them all know to bring them toys. Got a winch on the front if you need a tow, and straight pipes to make some noise. Yeah, we coming from a mile away, you can hear the roar. Them knobby tires, we riding higher than we ever did before. If you wanna ride, then I gotta say, hop in at your discretion. Cause some have told me that these seats are in the nosebleed section. Got a 12 gauge on the back glass and it's ready to go. When I'm on the road, I never know when I'll see a buck or a doe. Dipping my lip in a cup of spit in the middle console. Still getting honeys and scaring bunnies, you already know. Haha, so this truck gonna keep on rolling down the road. And it ain't no joke, cause Georgia boys are good as gold. So take some notes when you hear this flow. When you see the mud hanging on the door, my truck ain't slow and it ain't for show. Cause we jack 'em up and then we riding high. We jack 'em up and then we riding high. We jack 'em up and then we riding high. We jack 'em up and then we riding high. We jack 'em up and then we riding high. We jack 'em up and then we riding high. We jack 'em up and then we riding high. We jack 'em up and then we riding high.
Okay, wait a minute. What'd this dude do? Just take a bath in it? Look at this dude right here. Did this guy just go into like a slippery slide? Do you remember those when we were kids? We were all so excited about these. Oh, we got to get a slip inside. We got to get a slip inside. Then we go and finally we bugged our parents enough to where we get a slip inside slide. And it's just like this thin piece of plastic that tore after like the fourth person went down it. Anyway, he looks like he went through that. He just did a body slam right into that fucking mud pile. I don't know how the rest of his how is the rest of his body clean, but I don't think the rest of his body is clean, is it really? No, it's not. He's covered in mud from like here, his shoulders all the way down. He's muddy. He just did a quick cleanup. But his pants, that cracks me up. Especially in contrast to these two next to him, who are like crisp clean. Like that is the whitest shirt I've ever seen in my life on that guy right next to him. Oh, they are.
You ain't never seen Ridge. Yeah, my Chevy truck is jacked up. I'm gonna make me act up. I snatch and tighten slack up. I'm slinging mud, y'all back up. It's true, it ain't no lie. My Chevy's high on 45s. Cruising DUI, you know I'm sipping apple pie. Got that wheelie bumping loud. Black and camo on my ride. Yeah, that Georgia flag flies. Cause I'm known to show my pride. Yeah, we creep and we crawl. Country click yelling yeehaw. Yeah, I've had some slips and falls due to too much alcohol. Truck sits tall, say I'm scaring acrophobics, dripping mud and climbing rocks, still can't find a way to roll it. Now I'm with these Georgia boys and we riding Tonka toys with them big trucks, big tires. We jack 'em up and then we riding high. We jack 'em up and then we riding high. We jack 'em up and then we riding high. We jack 'em up and then we riding high. We jack 'em up and then we riding high. Jack 'em up and then we riding now. We jack 'em up and then we riding now. We jack 'em up and then we riding now. 44s, big trucks, camel paint, big bucks. Nuts on my truck, kids, I'm dragging them in the mud ruts. Just some old country boys, high like the pine trees. And you can bet this be the last of a dime breed. Southern blood run through my veins, we some rebel boys. Cross the river, you ain't heard. Bottleneck and them Georgia boys. Coming through on the Tonka toys, riding high and jacked up. Slanging mud like the hubs, we got that Mac cuz. Raw dog in the Georgia clay. Jacked up is how we play, this how we do it, but we keep them southern raised. Stuck in our southern ways, stay in the dirt for days. We riding high and jack 'em up, they ain't no other way. Better grip that steering wheel, gonna make that Chevy squeal. True gritty country boys, heat life, you know we're real. We on that southern grind, we jacked up all the time. We riding in the sky, we jack 'em up and then we riding high. We jack 'em up and then we riding high. We jack 'em up and then we riding high. We jack 'em up and then we riding high. We jack 'em up and then we riding high. We jack 'em up and then we riding high. We jack 'em up and then we riding high. We jack 'em up and then we riding high.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of jealous. I wish I was there. I like that red truck, man. That's a sweet looking truck. For sale. Oh my god. Oh, this reminds me so much of when I was like 17, 18, 19 years old. So cool. And you know what? This kid is going to grow up doing the same thing too, because he's going to do it his whole life with his folks, and then he's going to grow up and do it with his kids. And it's awesome because it really is like this type of mudding isn't like the mudding I did when I was like 15, 16, and 17, where it was like just a bunch of friends. We would just get in our trucks and just go mudding through the woods, like random woods, on these paths that we had made, and then to our bonfire site and just make this huge bonfire and just drink it, get stupid all night. You know, that this is not that type of mudding. This is like in a safe environment, family environment, you know. And it looks like they've just made they've made their mudding path, you know, that they're just going to do it through. Which is just as much fun, you know, because you have a family atmosphere. You can bring a picnic. You have your own site to sit there and do whatever. And that looks like it's fun as hell, you know, because you can bring your families. So this is grown-up mudding. This isn't teenage mudding. I'd love to be there. That's awesome. Video is recorded at Hardcore Creek. Special thanks to the fans that came out for the video shoot. Oh, those were all fans in the stands. That is phenomenal. Ah, that's so cool. Yeah, that song's a banger, man. I love it. I love the song because I love the energy on it. And the one guy who I'm assuming he's one of the features on this, either Bottleneck or Young Gunner. It was the second guy to come on and feature. I love the tone in his voice. He's got that very raspy kind of tone to his voice, and I love his flow. So he sounded really cool and really interesting, but as a whole, the whole thing just, I loved it. I loved it. It was upbeat. It was high energy. It was just like exactly what you want, you know, when you're doing that. And they hit it out of the park. I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. It's definitely going on a playlist of mine at home. So thank you so much for requesting it. And you guys enjoyed it as well. You guys have a fantastic Thursday. As for myself, trying to see if it has started yet. I don't know. I don't know. Forecast for me is lake effect snowstorm. But you never know. Sometimes they say I'm going to get 10 feet of snow, and I get nothing. Other times they say I'm going to get nothing, and I end up with 10 feet of snow. So you never know. At any rate, you guys have a fabulous day. Please remember to comment, like, subscribe, hit that bell so you know when my next video drops. And remember, it's all about love in 2020. And what else? Yes, take care of each other because no one else is going to. Ciao.